Hey everybody, the sale starts tomorrow on Thursday at 10 o'clock. And hopefully the location won't deter you. You're going to have to park across that highway. Hopefully we've got somebody to come to help slow the traffic down. And if you don't feel like you can cross safely, you can pull in here and somebody can drop you off. And then you can pick up the same way. But this is my brother Tommy's estate. And there is Miss Precious. Oh, fresh. So if you've read anything online, you know that Tommy was quite the artist. And this is his old farmhouse that he redid many, many years ago. And it's got a lot of family antiques in here that go way back. One of my favorite pieces is this is the desk right here, the antique school desk. This was in here when he moved in here. And that's that Crawford County piece. I urge you to look at all the pictures. There's only over 1,000. That is my girl Precious. Precious doesn't like it because you can't go running around. And that is a gigantic copper pot there. It's super heavy. And that was in the old Pasley Hotel. And this is our checkout. And it looked really, really good until I sat down in there. Victorian furniture. And that is I call it the mother-in-law suite, or the guest quarters there. There's a Francis I sandwich platter. Lalique. Tons and tons of great books on gardening. Tommy was a landscape architect, horticulturist. He could grow anything, and he was so hilarious. He was a very good brother to me, and he is definitely missed. Shop local, save big before the holidays at Reiner's Appliances, your one-stop appliance shop in Griffin. You got Mark Roberts fairies here. And I love the pink tinsel tree. And it's got all these great ornaments on there. And the rugs, we have 2 of these. They're real pretty. Precious said, I'm just going to sit down here. Okay. And the John Ladd elephant oil on canvas. If you love elephants, there's plenty here. And there is the pumpkin, Mark Roberts pumpkin fairy. And this cabinet is really, really neat. This was one of the original pieces, old pine pie safe that was down here. And of course it's been painted. Tommy did a great job on there with the flamingos. And these are gorgeous flamingos. They're signed by the artist. That's a piece that was in the old Pasley Hotel. It was also at my house at one time. I live at the old home place, and that's where that was. Lots of drinky winky stuff. Cheer up, whine a little. That's funny. One of my favorite little things, this farmhouse is fabulous, but Tommy's little touches. Look at the little mouse and the mouse hole that he painted on the wall. And those are the Gorham glasses right there. This house is for sale. It is a bona fide farmhouse. And that's where he painted and shellacked it, so it's not really dirty. These are pine floors in here. All kind of beautiful glassware. I encourage you. We don't know what encourage is. Look at the sugar bucket there. Corningware. Now there's your whole other shopping experience out there through the breezeway. That's a whole nother room. And this was original to the house. It is, that's got some blue milk paint. And it kind of looks like yellow pine to me. But you can leave it like it is, or it's pretty. Pretty. Got a Marie Rogers piece up there. A lot of signed folk art type pottery. And Tommy loved chickens. He had chickens, and they were named from the cast of Bewitched. This is a great table right here. Early piece. Look at those carved legs. This is Sheraton. Now this is a 1860s era. And this is fabulous right here. Now, I went and let it get dark on us out here. And we've got a watch your step down here. But I let it get dark on us, but here's the aviary conservatory. At one time, this was full of tropical birds and plants. And there's tons of pots and good stuff down here, so don't miss out. There's Precious. Move, darling. Move. Now, we'll tell you that everything is not priced. So, if you see something that's not priced, just ask me. I can price quickly. Encourage you to look at all the pictures. And that's some King's Crown. And there's some cranberry thumbprint glasses right there. Hand embroidered piece. Precious. There is the bathroom right there, and there's a jelly cabinet. That's really cute. We're going to hit that last. Let's see. And if you're interested in the light fixtures, that's a Tiffany light fixture. You'll have to come back and get them unless you want to take them out while you're here. I would suggest coming back and getting them. We've got lots of cedar trunks. I think we've got 2 or 3. Baskets. And this eagle painting is it's absolutely fabulous. It was done by Candy Vermeer, and she specializes in miniatures. And this is in pencil, and it's just amazing. This is a big piece, so it was unusual for her to do big pieces. A couple of little pieces of jewelry here. out there is the jungle. It is totally the jungle. If you love birds and Moyle Dalton, and look at those, they're beautiful. And that is just fabulous right there. There's some really good collectibles in here. Tommy was really funny. He had this stuck in the fireplace. There was a picture over it or something. And I think Lannis almost had a heart attack. And look at that wild looking cat. Artwork. A lot of artwork. That is a picture of Tommy, a charcoal, when he was, now it's 1968. I was 4 years old. And I don't know if I will get to the drawings to price them. But if not, I will price on the fly. All the cars in here are priced. These were in Daddy's dental office. He collected miniature cars. And there's some pretty crystal right there. These are Swarovski crystals. They're beautiful. Some beautiful pieces in here. And this is a very, very nice drum table. This is not your old flimsy drum table. This is a good piece. And if I'm not mistaken, it's by Ferguson Furniture. And these are all Playbill magazines. They go from, I want to say 1941, maybe to 1981. It's like a lifetime collection. And the globe there. Look how beautiful that is. Nice rocker right there. And Tommy was about everything tropical, so you will see a lot of his shirts and things. I believe he's tending garden. I believe he is tending garden in heaven. And I spoke at his funeral, and we had a joke about nude gardening, and the preacher followed up with, we think Tommy is gardening in heaven, but he has clothes on. He is clothed in a white robe. It's too funny. But when I moved into the old home place, Tommy continued to come over there because he grew up there, and that's where he had his first greenhouse. And I looked out the door one day, and there was a nude man gardening with a tool belt on with little snippers, and it happened to be my brother. So we had to set some boundaries. I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, I'm pruning. What does it look like? I said, "Where are your clothes?" He said, "I'm getting the sunshine." And I said, "Well, you can't get it over here like that anymore." True story. You can't make stuff up, especially when Tommy's concerned. And we're not going to go out in the other part right now, but you got over 1,000 pictures to look at. I've been pricing Christmas ornaments. Look at the pictures. There's some really good ones in there. And look at this old sewing machine right there. Gosh, that thing's old. I see it is electric, however. And back here is all kind of stuff. I like the triangle there. That's to call you to dinner. There's Tommy's little typewriter he typed on. This is a very, very eclectic sale. Right out the window you see palm trees. There are palm trees all out there, and this is really a virtual jungle. But, I mean, look at the ceilings. This was built in 1924. And Tommy always said his greatest accomplishment in life was redoing this old farmhouse. Well, that is a little bit of the video. I'm sorry I let it get dark on us. But you will not be disappointed. You'll definitely not be disappointed. I don't want anybody to be hindered from coming if you're afraid to cross the street. We'll work something out. Precious, what you think about everything? You ready to go home? You want to go see your kibbies? We're going to go see your kibbies? Y'all come see us tomorrow. And we'll probably be here through Sunday, even though I've got it for Saturday. But there is so much great. It's just a lot of great, unique merchandise. And look at that view. But I tell you, once you're in here, you wouldn't know any different. You're in town, but you got 3 acres. All right, guys, we will see you later.